Welcome back to RollPlay. I've been going into the second half here of week number 10. Cobblepot and Ricardo, you guys make it back to the bar. You walk in. Do you guys keep drinking, Rich and Riley?
Yeah. Do they come back in though?
Yeah, you walk in and you see a pretty lively Rich. As
Not a pretty rich.
Well, or a pretty Rich who's also lively.
Rich is gorgeous.
I am?
Remember? You rolled like 20 on charisma.
Nice.
Check.
I forgot. Yes, well, a pretty hammered rich.
What do you guys do?
I kind of give Riley a nod like, hey, look over there. Where'd you guys go?
We talked to Fix.
You get paid?
Yeah, it appears that our payment's gonna come in the form of a discount.
Like 10%?
What discount?
I think
He said it was a really good discount.
yeah, like 70% off of anything in the store or something.
What store?
The Zanrol's Fancy, I believe.
But what if I don't want anything in the store?
Is that
Well,
just
then
a
you-
magic shop?
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
I don't know. That's what he said.
Sounds kind of fishy. Maybe we should have asked for a price up front. Whatever, I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys take care of it.
We probably should have discussed the reward before taking the mission.
Drunken Rich
Oh.
turns back to Riley and continues whatever conversation he was embroiled in, if he can remember it.
Sure. Riley, what were you guys talking about prior to Cobblepot and Ricardo coming in?
How
Chicken
boring
nuggets.
and pointless magic is.
That's
It
what
doesn't
you were
even make
talking-
sense. Like, why don't you just do what you could have done with magic with your own hands?
I
Like, how
know.
lazy do you have to be to need magic to do something for you?
I know. Like, do they even pay
Do we hear
those
this?
little...
Oh yeah, you're hearing all of this.
Oh, I'll make sure to remember that next time you guys need some magical healing. I'll
No, I'm just saying, like, real people rely on their strength, and Rich kind of flexes, and not on sissy powers from gods. I mean, what if your god were to disappear tomorrow? Then where would you be?
Are you even really that strong, Rich?
Without a battle is where you'd be.
Let's have an arm wrestling contest right now. And I put my hand up on the table like this.
I arm wrestle
Yeah.
shit.
All right. I need
Neil,
opposing.
have you ever played fist bumping till the other person gets till it hurts a little bit too much? Because I'd be
Yes!
willing to do that with you right
Yes!
now.
Rich is too drunk to hear what you said to him, Ricardo. And
He's already
I'm
arm
really
wrestling Ryan. I
upset.
need
I'm
opposing
hanging
strength.
my head in shame.
I need opposing strength checks from you guys.
we did.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, you have no problem overcoming the strength.
Hold on, I didn't know you said go. Wait, you didn't say go in time.
What was
Let
that
me
you were
count-
saying about using your own strength?
Let me count it down. Hold on, you said go too fast. I wasn't ready.
He is inebriated, Cobblepot. You're just taking advantage of him. Just like you take advantage of your gods.
You can't do it twice. You can't do it at all. I heard a wise man say that once.
All right, one more time. That's it.
All right.
What, Ryan has 14 strength?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Fuck,
Shit.
I'm so dead.
Yes.
Oh my
Shit.
God.
Just goes to bed. Rich walks upstairs by himself, goes to bed, doesn't say anything to anyone.
Okay. Rich is asleep or going upstairs to go to sleep.
Crying to himself internally.
About this time is well, sorry, you can continue on if you want to
Done.
describe the situation. Okay. Rich, you
I
go
flex
upstairs.
my muscles.
As Rich is walking upstairs, going up to the left, out from the right, walking into the bar, you guys see it's Elias. And to describe Elias, he's got blonde ruffled hair. It's not too long, but it's long enough to be considered long. He's kind of got cutoffs at his shoulders. He's got pretty nice fancy looking pants, but his shirt looks a little bit ragged. And he walks in and kind of like looks around the bar. He sees you guys and his eyes perk up, and he walks over and he's like, "Can I join you?"
Sure.
He goes, "What do you have, and I'll buy a round."
Just whiskey.
He looks at Ricardo and Cobblepot. "What about you two?"
You gotta win an arm wrestle with this guy though to hang with us.
Oh my.
He looks at Ryan and he's like, "Really? I'm pretty okay. Yeah."
Yeah, this little guy down here. All right,
You know,
Cobblepot.
I've already proved my strength tonight. Riley, why don't you try to take him on? But as far as I'm concerned, if this guy's buying drinks, he's cool to hang out with me.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take a 40-year-old Scotch if you're buying.
He goes, it's a fine choice. And Elf, for you, would you like some fine wine?
A 50-year-old Scotch.
He goes, they don't make it that old, only 40.
41?
41's oftentimes a lot older than 40, but I can get you a 40.
Okay. I'll go for a 40.
Because I'd figured you'd want some of House Gozel's favorite wine here, but all right, I'll be right back. And he goes up to the bar and talks with Charlie for a second. Do you guys have any conversation as he walks away?
Are you sure you don't want to
I
take me
see.
on, Cobblepot?
Why don't you arm wrestle him? I thought you were
No,
supposed to be
us, 1v1.
arm wrestling.
Yeah, I'm wrestling. That thing you just did?
I mean, I already won twice tonight. Maybe if there was something in it for me if I won again.
Alright, I'll put down 10 gold on the table.
Oh, shit.
All right, let's do it.
As you guys are clenching fists, Elias walks back and he goes, "What's going on here?" And you guys start the arm wrestle.
Just
Alright.
a little friendly competition. Oh,
Oh shit!
that might be unbeatable. For
You need a natural 20 to tie that.
Oh.
Ah!
Elias goes, "Wow, a lot of strength, my lady." And he goes, "Your Scotch, sirs," and he puts down 2 drinks in front of you. And he goes, "So how'd the talk with David go?"
Actually, I wasn't there.
Oh, I'm not. David's gonna be alright, I think.
I say, I never like those conversations, so when I can get out of them, I tend to get out of them, if you know what I'm saying. Weirdest thing about Nicholas, in his right hand, it smelled of wine, and I don't know where that was coming from. It's the only thing that was interesting about his body. He did have a couple of, well, I'll spare you the details, but let's just say he wasn't the only thing that was dead inside him.
No, I'm interested in the details.
He looks up at you and he's like, "I mean, I would assume food's coming. Are you sure you want it?"
Yeah, I've got a strong stomach.
He goes, "Well, when I cut into the boy, he there was this it looks to be some sort of I don't know if it was I call it spider goo. Look, I'm not a scientist or anything.
Was it green?
It was, yeah, it was.
I knew it.
It was green. It seems he had some spiders living in his chest cavity. I don't know how they got there. It was quite gross, actually, and I've seen some gross shit in my time. And he takes a big gulp of his drink.
Would you say the spiders were dead? Was it caused by perhaps electrocution?
Because, well, I didn't. The thing was, I didn't see the corpse of it. It just looks like it was. I don't know, like it was cooked inside of him or something. It was interesting. Maybe done by electrical means. I'm not too sure. I don't know.
Yeah,
Did
that's what I
you
intended.
inspect the goo at all? Or you just know that spiders live in it?
He goes, well, I only imagine that it's the only thing it could be. You guys said you saw spiders coming out of his nose and his mouth, correct?
Yep.
A couple of the bar patrons are sitting around you, and they're like, oh, come on, guys, this is I'm trying to eat here. Elias, he's like, they asked for the story. I'm sorry. He's like, I don't think we should talk about this anymore here. It's not right. It's not right. People they're trying to have a fine meal.
Nah, this bar is hardly full. They can go somewhere else if they don't like this story, and I'll look at them while I say that.
They give you like their ears perk up and they look at you and kind of squint their eyes almost evilly, and go back to eating their meal without moving. He goes, well, what question did you have?
I mean, that's all you actually knew about the goo, then that was my only question.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. It was quite a peculiar case. I'll bring it to local guards, and I don't know. That's all I do is inspect the bodies. I don't find cause of death or I'm sorry, I don't find why they were killed or anything like that.
All right. Well, for us, that liquid started disappearing, so I'm just worried there's something special about it.
So, well, I mean, I was working on the body for past hour or two, and it was there the entire time. I imagine it's going to be there when I get back.
Maybe it just evaporated outside then.
Maybe so. Your guess is as good as mine. He goes, say, did you guys find anything? He goes, wait, that's
Yes.
not my place. That's up to the guards.
No, Elias. Do you mean this court? Does this look familiar to you?
He kind of looks at the cork. He goes, can I see that?
Yeah, that's why I brought it up.
He reaches across the table and grabs it, and he's just examining it. He sees one end has the G on it, and he takes a smell of the end. He goes, yeah, that's that. And you see him kind of take a big sigh, and he goes, this belongs to one of the noble families. Where did you say you found this?
In the cellar, actually. And if you say the boy smelled like wine, I would like to further investigate this family, provided we get paid in more than discounts.
He looks at you. He's like, oh, I have no control over what you get paid.
Of course.
But yeah,
I guess I'll talk to the Sandrill guy tomorrow.
He did have in his right hand. It did smell of alcohol, and he kind of just stares off into the distance and takes another big swig.
Is Spix the mayor? Or no, there's a mayor for this town, right?
He looks back at you and he goes, well, instead of a singular man running the town, there's a council of sorts, and they make the decisions of the town.
Do you think this council would be interested in us further cleaning up the cellar? I mean, there's dangerous things down there that could hurt the town.
He goes, well, I mean, a lot of the noble families serve on this council, and if you were to go in there and... it depends on how you approached it, I guess, is the best way to say it. Typically,
I don't think it would be the right move.
Typically, you don't want to upset the nobility, if you get what I'm saying.
For sure.
He takes a last sip and finishes his drink.
All right. I think I'm gonna head to bed now. Thanks a lot, Elias.
He immediately fist bumps your hand.
Sick.
And he goes, I didn't think anyone else did that. People always looked at me weird.
Oh well.
He goes, oh yeah, oh well indeed. He goes, you have a good night, Ricardo. And he hands you the cork back.
You too.
All right, I'm off to sleep.
You too, my
then.
man.
All right. Riley, you get up and leave the table and start walking upstairs. Ricardo's in front of you. You guys just go straight to sleep?
No, I'm gonna knock on Rich's door.
Hold on.
I'll let him awake.
He's asleep. Well, you knock and no one answers. You can kind of hear
Alright,
loud
I'm gonna go
snoring
inside
from
and open the door.
within. Okay.
I'm gonna go up to his bed.
Okay.
I'm gonna whisper in his ear, I destroyed him, and you couldn't. And then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Okay. I'll message you, Rich, on the effects of that. Cobblepot, you're downstairs. Or Ricardo, you doing anything? You just going straight to sleep. You see Riley actually walk into Rich's room as you're going up, or as you kind of start fidgeting with your door.
I say, Riley, if you need company tonight, you should search no further.
Yeah, what? Yeah, we're all sleeping on the same floor, right?
Yeah. There's only one floor. There's like.
No, I said that's Ricardo.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying Rich may not be able to perform right now.
No, he already lost horribly to Cobblepot. I win.
Oh, okay. You have a good night.
Alright, night.
You guys both go to your room?
Yeah.
Okay. Cobblepot, you're still downstairs with Elias. He orders another drink and asks you if you'd like one.
The sting of this arm wrestling loss is kind of rough, actually. I'll have one more if you're buying.
He goes, Surely,
If you're by.
I've got some questions for you when I come back. And how about that? We'll trade a drink for some questions.
Okay, that sounds fair.
All right, he goes up.
As long as they're not about a swallow. I've already had too many questions about swallows today.
He gives you at first he smiles, then he just gives you a really weird look as you say that. He goes up to the bar and gets orders 2 more drinks.
All right.
As he's doing that, you're kind of looking around the bar. You see that no one else is in there. It's just you and him. It's about 11:30 at night, close to midnight. Charlie is the only person at the bar. You see him pour 2 drinks, and then Charlie gets out another glass and pours one there. And him and Charlie both walk over and sit down at the table.
Okay.
And Charlie looks at you and he goes, "You mind if I join you, sir?" Elias and me go way back.
That's fine with me, as long as Elias is okay with it as well.
He welcomed me over to this table, so I think we're okay. And they have a conversation between themselves. They're talking about just how's the bar going and how the grave digging and mortician business is, and just very simple talk like that. And you're just sitting there listening. Elias looks over to you and he goes, "Now, Cobblepot," and he looks back at Charlie, and he doesn't say anything. And he kind of looks around the room and checks. He goes, "Where'd you say Ricardo's from?"
I don't remember the exact city, but I do know that he claims to be the last brown elf. I mean, I may or may not have seen one before, but that's what he says anyway.
He goes, Charlie responds, "Sir, I've never seen one before in my life, and I was a little taken back. I gotta say that's a rare occurrence, and I considered it a good luck charm here for this bar. I just wanted to know more about him. What does he do for the group?"
He has some very magical special properties. He can do a lot of things. I would say he probably specializes in obscurement. He loves to cast Wall of Fog, even when he doesn't even need to.
He goes, sounds like a powerful sir.
He is. He's pretty powerful. I'd say his magic in the party is second only to mine.
He goes, you are a wizard? I presumed you a cleric.
I'm a cleric, but I feel like my powers to heal are a normal man couldn't do such a thing.
They both seem pretty interested in this, and they keep drinking. about halfway through their drink, Charlie gets up and goes and grabs the bottle from behind the bar and tops off the two of their drinks. He offers to pour you another, or to top you off rather. Do you let him?
Yes.
All right. He fills the drink, and they continue talking. And one of the conversations, Elias is talking to Charlie, and he goes, "Man, have you heard anything about that building up on the side of town? I thought they were tearing that down months ago. That thing's still an eyesore." And Charlie looks back. He's like, "No, I keep hearing that the Gozels want it gone. I don't know why it's still there. People have reported cultists going in and out of there, and I even hear of a extravagant award for anyone that would go and do it themselves, but no one wants to go in there for some reason." They both just kind of stopped talking for a sec, thinking about it.
What is this this cult you guys are talking about?
Elias once again looks at Charlie as if he's asking for permission, and Charlie kind of nods his head and he goes, "Well, we don't know if it's a cult per se. That's the rumor going around. There's been some people walking in and out in the middle of the night. I mean, I'm sure if you go look right now, in fact, you'd probably find them, but no one knows what goes on inside that house. We've only heard of nefarious deeds, one might say."
So, what have you heard? I mean, just nefarious deeds? I mean, do you know how many people come in and out and things like that?
He goes, Elias says, let's just say, my business is the death of people here in this town, and I've found some rather interesting bodies. Past couple of, or rather, some bodies have showed up in my establishment and seem to be missing some different organs. One of them missing a heart, had some one missing the entire intestine, a couple eyes. The bodies were just mutilated left and right. And they came. They were always dropped off in this one place, and it's up there near that house. And so we only assumed, but only authorities know about that. They don't dare tell the general populace about it, or we'd probably have riots on our hands.
You know, that's very very interesting. My party and I, we actually have we've been looking for something to do ever since we found that kid's body. Maybe we could go check it out.
He looks at you, and by now you can tell that Elias is pretty drunk. He's starting to slur his words. He's on probably his fourth or fifth drink. The bottle, which was about 3/4 the way full now, is down to about a fourth of the way full. And that's between just him and Charlie. They've only refilled your drink once. They've been kind of hogging it. And he goes, he looks at you and he's like, "You know what? I shouldn't be telling you this because I promised the authorities I wouldn't, but you know that boy you found earlier?
Yeah.
He, someone had already gotten inside of his chest, if you get what I'm saying. And they had cleaned him out. There was not a single thing in there. It was an open cavity, I guess you could say."
You mean they took his heart out?
I mean, they took everything. In fact, I opened his chest and there was not a damn thing in him. There was no blood. There's no organs. It was just kind of dried flesh, except
just
for
a bunch of green goo in there, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's why it was so. It was a little weird. I gotta say.
This sounds very very evil. Maybe I can talk to the rest of my party tomorrow in the morning, and we can look into this.
He goes, "Well, I mean, your party can do what you want. Just leave my name out of that, all right? I don't want the local guard knowing that I'm telling secrets I shouldn't be telling." And Charlie's kind of got his eyes wide open when he's hearing this.
Maybe you can help persuade me to keep my mouth shut, and I kind of put my hand out, give me some money.
To Elias?
Yeah.
Elias, his eyes were once very wide, were very focused and concentrated on what he was saying start to widen as he sees you do this. And he looks at Charlie, and Charlie looks at Elias, and he grabs the bottle and he puts it over your drink. He's like, will this do?
You know, I think I've had enough to drink tonight, but really what I need is, you know, I mean, we've been going on all these adventures lately, and we have a really nice discount at the Fancy. If I had some spending money to spend there, that would be amazing.
Elias, once again, like, eyes wide open, looks at Charlie and goes, well, I'm sorry, sir, but I can't offer you any look, I'll try to do you one better. The house that House Gozel, the family that wants this house removed out on the or whatever's inside of it removed, if there is something inside of it, is offering a pretty hefty sum, something like 500 gold to each adventurer that accomplishes the task at hand. They also want to throw a banquet for whoever dishes them out. They don't tell that to any adventurers. I think that was a kind of a no. If you know about it, then they'll reward you. If you don't, then they won't give you anything except for the banquet. But aside from gold, Mr. Cobblepot, I can't offer you much.
Do they serve delicious bugs at this banquet? Mashed potato bugs?
He looks at you and his mouth is kind of wide open.
Oh, that's from the last one.
And he's like, you know, I've heard about these bugs being delicacies. I've never had one myself, and I don't consider myself a nobleman, but you know, maybe they do. I've never been to one of the banquets before.
All right. Well, this is a lot to think about. I'm gonna get some sleep, and I'll let you know what we decide tomorrow.
He looks at you. He's like, "What? I don't particularly care what you decide because it doesn't really affect me. I just letting you know. You know, three friends rather." He looks at Charlie. 3 friends having a drink.
All right. Fair enough. Well, I think I'm gonna head up to bed now, and I start walking up, and I grab the bottle for a nightcap as I head up.
Charlie kind of goes to grab for it, and Elias is like, "It's okay, I'll pay for it." You grab the bottle and go upstairs.
Nice.
You just go straight to sleep?
I do, yeah. I have a little drink, but yeah.
Okay. So, Neil, as you're sleeping,
Yeah.
Riley, what did you exactly say to him again?
Something mean.
You said, I did it, I killed him, or something like that?
No, I said I crushed him and you couldn't.
Oh, okay. So you hear, you're having a nightmare. You're facing off against let's say an ogre, and he seems to be overpowering you. And,
It's the worst.
and your life seems to be on the kind of on the edge. If you make a mistake, you'll probably end up dying. And you hear a couple words from somewhere. You don't know if you're imagining them, if you're actually dreaming, or what. But as you hear the words, the ogre does eventually overpower you and just basically smashes you upside the head, and you
What
lose
words
consciousness.
do I hear? Do I hear Riley's words?
Yeah, something similar to it, not verbatim.
Okay.
And you end up losing consciousness. You kind of wake up in a cold sweat. In the room, it's pitch black. There's no one else in it. You just go back to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, whatever. It was just a dream. Didn't mean anything. And then I stay awake and think about things for 20 or 30 minutes to get my mind off of it, and then I go back to sleep.
Okay. You go back to sleep. We're not done.
Oh shit.
And you have a hard time discerning if you actually went back to sleep or if you're still in the room because it's so dark. And it's kind of that moment where if you are trying to go to sleep and you stare at stare into basically darkness. You're not sure if you're actually asleep or dreaming at that point.
Right.
And you hear a whisper, and it's in your right ear. You hear someone say, "What do you fear?"